Hello, I'm Coach CJ Lariosa and we are now on our second episode of Judo Fitness. So today we're going to do some grappling exercises that we also do in Judo. So I hope you will join us and I hope you will enjoy again today's session. So let's start our session with the bow. So before we go to the grappling exercises, we have to do the proper warm-up. So just like what we did last meeting, we will do those exercises first. So let's start with some dynamic stretches first. So we'll start with warming up the legs. So we're going to do some lunges. Okay, so step with your leg and raise your arms up. Okay, so you can do 5 on each side. Okay, after that, we're going to do hands cross, legs raise. So you're going to raise your hands up, cross your legs, and then reach downwards. Okay, we'll do it alternately. And do it for 5 times on each side. Okay, I'll do it on the side so you can see it. So you can also raise your legs if you can do it that way, but you can also just proceed to the crossing of the legs. Okay. So next we will do some warm to cobra stretch. So from here, walk with your hands, stretch your abdominal muscles, and then bring your hips up, and then walk forward. Okay, so we're going to do that for 4 more times. So again, walk with your hands, stretch, hips up, and then walk forwards. That's 2. 3. 4. Last one. 5. Okay, so we're doing some warm-up exercises for the whole body. So you will be prepared to a more intense activity later on. So next we'll be doing some Y and T stretches. So with your thumbs up, we're going to do it with the Y. Point it backwards. Okay, again, do 5 times. And then we're going to do it with the T. Okay. And then the W. From here, just bring your elbows down. Okay. Again. So if you're feeling like you need more warm-up, you can increase repetitions. Maybe do at least until 5 repetitions. Okay, next we'll be doing some walking tiptoes. So you can do it in place, just do 10 times, or you can do it while walking. Okay, so these exercises you'll do for the warm-up exercise. Okay, you can also do it just in a small space. So you can have your exercises already as part of your warm-up. And then afterwards, we're going to do some wrist rotations. So in, and then out. Okay. So different directions, up and down. Okay. So if you feel that you're good to go, we're going to start with the main judo skills or judo exercises. So after the warm-up, let's review first the okemi exercises. So we will be doing 10 rolling backwards, 5 rolling backwards with the slam, and 5 side falls per side. So again, make sure that your head is tucked in. Last 3. So if you're having difficulty getting up, you can always use your hands to get up. Last one. This time, we're going to do it with the slab. 5 times. And then 5 times again for the side fall. Last one. And then the other side. That's it for our review of the 𝘰𝚘 exercises. We will go now to the grappling exercises. So now we're going to proceed to our grappling exercises. So in grappling, in judo, we have different techniques. We have the hold downs or the pinning techniques. We have the arm locks or joint techniques. And we also have the choking or strangulation techniques. So, of course, we can't do that right now because we can't have our partner to do those techniques. But there are drills to improve those techniques, and we can do those things at home. It's just important that you have your mats with you when you do these exercises so you won't get injured. Okay, so the first exercise is called the hip lifts. Okay, so this is used to have some space between you and your partner or your opponent so that you can escape the hold downs. So what we're going to do is lie down with our backs on the mat. Okay, and then you're going to lift your hips up, okay, and do it more times. So keep your head up, okay, and then you're just going to do the hip lifts. The hip lifts, you're just going to lift it up, okay. So you can do 10 times of this, okay, with your head up, okay. So after doing 10, to try it alternate on each side. So you're going to do a slight twist on each side while lifting the hips. Okay. So as long as you have a small space, a mat with you, always practice this technique. Okay, so in grappling, after you lift your hip and created the space between you and your opponent, you're going to put your belly on the mat and you're able to escape now. Okay, so that's for our first technique. Our next technique is called kicking, and again, this is to create space away from your opponent so that you can either switch the position of your opponent, okay, take him down on the mat, or just simply escape from being pinned down. So what we're going to do, again, lie down on the mat, okay, and then from this position, you're going to kick with your heels, okay, so as if you're going to make your opponent away from you, or keep your opponent away from you. Okay? You're just going to kick. Okay? So sometimes you do it with some twist on the side. Okay? Okay. The key is to kick with the push. Okay? So that's for our kicking. Next technique is called circling. So again, this is for the opponent to keep away from you, or you can also use this to turn your position so that your opponent will be the one on the mats and you will be on top of your opponent. So again, lie down on the mats. This time, make sure that the soles of your foot or your feet is facing the ceiling. And then you're just going to do a circling. Okay? So you can do this 10 times and then reverse the direction. So for the circling, you can do it by sets of 10, do it reverse, and then repeat it again. Okay, so that's for circling. The next exercise is called bridging. So we use this again to topple down or to push your partner away from you to prevent him or her from establishing his pin. Okay, so again, put your heels near your butt and then bridge up, push away. So do 5 on one side. Okay, if you can make your bridge high so that you can push away your opponent. On the other side, okay. So that's for our bridging. The next exercise is called locking. We use this for practicing the strangulation, usually using the legs. Okay, so from this position, we're going to put your other leg under the back of your knee. Okay, so this part of your foot goes under the back of the knee. Okay, so lock and then other side. So there's a twisting movement with your trunk and your hip as you do your locking exercise. Okay, so again, when you're more coordinated, you can do it quickly. Okay, so that's for our locking exercise. Our next exercise is called active shrimp. So again, this is to create some space between you and your opponent. Okay, so we're going to start with the sitting position, reach for the toe, lie down, reach for the toe, and then shrimp towards the back. So this is how we're going to do it. Touch the toe, slide down, touch the toe, and then roll back. Okay. Again, touch, slide down, touch, and then roll backwards. Okay, so that's the active shrimp exercise. The next exercise is called switching. So this one, we use this when we transition from one grappling technique or one hold down technique to the other, to the next technique. Because your opponent is moving, so you have to be, you have to adjust also your pin. Okay, so what we're going to do, we'll start with this position, the B position, and then we're going to slide one leg to the other side. So for this one, we're going to do it with the right leg. Okay, and then go back to another side. So you can do it with your hips up, okay, so that you can switch faster. Okay, so but if you're still trying to do it, you're a beginner, you can do it with your hips down first. Okay, just familiarize first yourself with the movement. Okay, so there's a variation for switching. You can do it with your elbows down, okay, legs apart, and then just slide on one side. Okay, so in judo, we have this what you call 𝘱𝘓𝘓𝚗. Okay, so this is already one of the pins that you're going to do in judo. Okay, so imagine that there's someone here that you're going to hold down, put your weight down, and then try to pin down your opponent. So again, from here, switch. Okay, so that's another variation of switching. So next technique is what we call judo push-up. Now in judo, you wanted to really press down on your weight to your opponent or over your opponent, so your opponent won't be able to escape from your pin. Okay, so we learn how to really put the weight down, okay, on your partner's chest. So what we're going to do is not the usual push-up. So we call this judo push-up or the diving push-up. Okay, so you'll know why it's called diving when you see the movement. So just like switching, we're going to start with the B position. Okay, so we're going to dive downward. So from here, arch your back and then dive. Okay, and then go back. So again, dive and then up. So when you do this, you will feel that your weight is like you're putting your weight on your chest, okay, so that you can press down on your opponent. So again, so from here, slide down and up, slide down and up. Okay, so that's for our judo push-ups. So we're down on our last 3 exercises. So the next one is called Spider-Man. So this is also used for pinning down your opponent. And in this exercise, you need to develop your flexibility. So how we're going to do this is we start with the V position. Okay. Step your leg near to your hand, like this, as if you're doing a lunge. And then you're going to press down your upper body. So bend your elbows and then press down. Okay. So since we don't have enough space to do the Spider-Man walking forward, we're just going to do it in place. Okay. So from here, okay, we're going to do it alternately. Okay. So you have to press down with your chest, okay, when you do this exercise. Okay, so you can do it 5 on each side. Increase the repetition as you get stronger and as you get more familiar with the movement. Okay, that's for our Spider-Man. So the next exercise is called bear walk. Now for this exercise, I will introduce 2 variations. So the first variation is the easier one, and then the second one requires the strength of your core and stability of your core and trunk. Okay, so the first one is the basic bear walk. So what we're going to do is to start with the V position, and then when you step with the arm, you step with the leg, same side. Okay, so you can also do it backwards. Okay, so do it forward and then backwards. So this bear walk is for you to when you're going to try to escape from your opponent who's trying to hug you down on the mats. Okay, so for example, there's someone under you who wants to grab you on the mats, and for you to stay there, you can just go up and then try to get away from your opponent. Okay, so that's your basic bear walk. The other variation of the bear walk is called the streak bear walk. Now this exercise not only help in your judo techniques in grappling, but it also help develop the stability of your core and also develop the strength of your core. So what we're going to do is start with the all fours position. Lift your knees up, not too high, as if there's just a 1 peso coin between the mats and your knees. Okay, so you're going to lift it up and then slowly move forward. Okay, as much as possible. There's no swinging of the hip when you do this. Okay, so you can do it backwards. Now the backwards variation is more difficult, of course, because you have to prevent the swinging of your hip. Okay, so do it forward and backward for a few more times, and that's it for our streak bear walk. The next exercise is called the crab walk. The crab walk is used to also get away from your opponent who's trying to pin you down quickly. So this is when you're facing your opponent who's standing and you're on the ground. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to sit down. Imagine that you have your opponent in front of you who's going to try to pin you down. So what you're going to do is to lift your hips up and then walk away. Okay, so you're just like a crab walking away from your opponent. So again, from here, lift up. You can step backwards. Okay, so to strengthen the arms, okay, and the wrists and also the core, you can also do it forwards and backwards. Okay, so do it for a few more reps, a few more times. Okay, and that's it for our grappling exercises. So that's it for our grappling exercises in judo. So before we end our session for today, we need to cool down properly. So we will have some stretching exercises. So just follow along as we do the exercises. So first, we're going to do a kind of split, and then we're going to reach for one leg, okay? And then turn your body on the other side. Okay, so where you're going to reach your hand, you're going to also twist your body to that direction. Okay, and then other side. Okay. So we can also do an Indian seat. Okay, we're going to do 𝘸𝘪𝘴. And then for the legs, and then some ab stretch. And for the back, that's all for our judo sessions, focusing on grappling exercises. I hope you enjoyed today's session. And hopefully in the future, you might want to try out judo when it's already okay or all right for face-to-face activities. Thank you!